Hello students, welcome back to Embed Patashala. So this is your next lecture in Linux kernel development. So this is a beginner's course in Linux kernel programming, and next we will be releasing intermediate and advanced courses. So in these courses, we have already discussed few topics related to Linux kernel, right? So what are Linux kernel modules? Basically, what is Linux kernel programming and the contents we see, basic Linux kernel modules. We have written hello world kernel module, right? And then we have seen how actually a kernel is loaded and what are the different Linux message, kernel module internals, insmod, modprobe, all these things we have discussed, right? Basically, these are some tools that we will be using. So we have discussed all these things. Today's lecture is about passing parameters to Linux kernel modules. So, agenda of this lecture is generally in normal C program, we will be using command line arguments to pass the some arguments so that will be used inside our C program that everyone know, right? So, similarly in Linux kernel also we have something like parameters that we can pass while inserting the module, and based on the parameters we have passed, the kernel module will change its behavior accordingly. Okay, so that we are going to explain in today's lecture. So, first, how to pass parameters to kernel modules. For that, you should include a header file #include Linux module param.h. As most of the students ask, like writing code on screen is taking time. So I have written the code and everything and kept it ready. So we will directly run the code and see the output. Okay. So this is the header file that is needed. Next, syntax. So we will use this macro and then we will be passing name of the parameter and type and the permissions. So basically this will be the name of the parameter we are going to pass, and type is what type of parameters. It is integer like that we will be describing in type, and permissions. Whether we will see what is this permission is, what will happen if we set it to 0 and what will happen if it's set to some value. Okay, that I will show you, then you will understand. Okay, for now, in this code, I will take two parameters. Okay, one is the name. This is some character pointer that I will be printing, and the permission is read for user, group, and others. Similarly, another parameter I will be taking, which is loop count, and this type is integer, and same permission is read, write, read for user, group, and others. So basically, these are the two parameters that we will be using. So here, by default, if we don't pass any parameters during inserting the kernel module, then default values will be taken. If we mention some values, then that particular values will be taken. Okay, so we will see what will happen. So here it is an integer type, the loop count. Okay. And different types are actually allowed for this module parameters. In that, one is character pointer for string, boolean, inverted boolean, integer, long. And these are different data types like any other data types in C. So this we will be passing. Next, the permission, whether readable or writable or zero. Yeah. So when you create zero, there will be something called as sysfs entry. So that means we will be able to see the parameters that we are passing. In case if we mention it as zero, no such sysfs entry will be created. I will show you how that things will work when we keep permission to zero and when we keep permission to this one. Okay, don't worry. So basically this is the macro that we will be using, basically an API, and the values we will be passing loop count and the type and the permission. So this will be the syntax. And similarly, module license is needed, license, and same init function, exit function, and we are printing. So we will see what we will be doing when we run the program. Oh, so this is the concept of module parameters. So let me run the code. And similarly, make file also we have written, and then we will make and then insert module. Okay. Now this is the code anyhow. It's okay. Done. Now for now, once let me do make clean. Done. Now make. Done. Now sudo su Let me keep for D message. Okay, let it be D. Okay. Now, what we can do is, what is the KO generated module param.ko? Okay. Now, sudo insmod module underscore param.k. Yeah. Here, if you see, here, this is what we have given in name, the default string and the loop count. Generally, we kept it as 1. So we got it as loop 1 and we are printing one time kernel. Okay. Now, what I will do is, let me remove this one. Then what we will do is, we will change loop count to 3. Okay. Sudo all commands, everything I kept it ready, so you can directly use it. We have inserted the module. Now, if you see, loop count is 3 and we are printing the kernel some string for 3 times. That means we have received the command line argument or the parameter when inserting the module, and we are able to use that particular parameter that we received when inserting the module and do our operations accordingly. Okay, now if you want, now what we can do is, see, any number of parameters that we have declared in our code, that many things we can pass and they will be reflecting over here. So this is how you should pass parameters when inserting the kernel modules. Okay. Now let's see what will happen if we pass some wrong value. Now let's trigger some wrong value. For that, let me remove the kernel module. Now, if you see, you are not able to insert the module because of invalid parameters. Here, loop count is an integer variable and it is supposed to take integer values. But here I am giving some float value. That's the reason module is not able to load. So this is one interview question. What will happen when you pass wrong parameters to this one? Then you should say like you will not be able to insert the module because of invalid parameters error. Okay, that is the concept. Next, how to check module parameters. It's okay. Now, see, you inserted module and you are seeing the demessage property and you think like you have inserted the module with the parameters. But there should be a way where you can really check what parameters you have passed, right? For that, we will be using something called as mod info, which we have discussed in detail, right? So now module inserted, mod info, module underscore param. Ouch. Wait. Mm. And yeah. So see, what is the parameters we are expecting in this particular module? One is character pointer type name. Another is parameter loop count, which is an integer type variable. So this is how you can check after your module got inserted whether they are expecting a valid parameters or not. That means you define something and it is expecting something is not correct, right? So this is how you can check. Okay, this is one concept. Now, there is one more way where you can check whether the parameters values, basically whether they are loaded correctly or not. That is cd sys module, and this is module shift underscore param. Yeah, here you can see, basically you should go into sys module and this is the directory. Whenever a module is inserted, one particular directory is created for that module. In that, all the information related to module will be present. For now, our area of interest is parameters. So I will use cd parameters enter. So if you see here, you can see two parameters. This is what we have declared in our code. Now cat loop count. Okay. Some icon is there actually. Sorry for that. So if you see here, cat loop count, it is showing 3. Similarly, cat name is kernel. Why? Because when inserting module, these are the parameters that we have passed. That is the reason these parameters got updated with the values that we have passed. Okay. So whenever you want to check a module is inserted properly or not, this is the process you should follow. Okay. Now always remember, okay, modprobe I will tell you. Okay, this is what you have understood, right? For now. So now let's proceed further. I want to show you what will happen if there will be permission set to 0. That we will discuss. Okay, let me clear. Oh, we are here. Okay, okay. Yeah, and here, let me make it 2. 1 second. Just to keep it as it said. Okay, now here I will make it to 0. Okay, now let's see how this will work. First, let me clean things, then make. Then AO is generated. Now, save. So INS, we already have it, right? Then art, already exists. Then module inserted. Now, mod info module path dot ko. Char loop count, this one we got. Now, cd sys module parameters C. You observe the difference? Wait, let me pull the screen 1 second. See, we have two parameters, name and loop count. Previously, you were able to see both name and loop count, and you were also able to read that values. Now, I made permission of name to 0. That is the reason you are not able to see this parameter name here. Also, now, if you see cat loop count, you will get the value of loop count. But just because we made that permission to 0 of name parameter is missing from here. Okay.
So this is how basically when you are developing some kernel module and releasing it to customers where you don't want the parameters to be changed, but you want actually to show the people like what is the parameters, but you don't want them to actually read the parameters you have passed in some scenarios, then this permission concepts will come into picture. So that is the logic behind passing parameters. Okay.
And similarly, we can also pass arrays also that we have discussed. I mean, similarly, it will be for passing arrays also. So that is what our intention is actually for here. So in upcoming lectures, we will discuss more about the things. For now, please follow our lectures sequence in a sequence way. We are updating everything over here in the blog. So basically, I just don't want to waste much of your time by saying lot of theory. So better I have added it over here so you can go through it and understand the things. Okay. Have a great day.